Hello everyone, my name is Naman Goel and I am your mathematics faculty. Today we are going to complete this chapter. See, this is lecture 5th and this is the last lecture of this chapter, which is quadratic equation and quadratic inequalities, right? Okay, so in this chapter, what we are going to learn? See, we are going to learn two topics. Mainly we are going to focus on two topics, which is location of roots, and location of roots. Yes, location of roots and symmetric expression, right? See, basically in previous lecture we learn about the graphs of quadratic polynomials or quadratic expression, we can say that. So for y is equals to ax square plus bx plus c, what is graph of this polynomial? See, this is a quadratic polynomial. So as I told you, if a is positive, then graph is parabola mouth opening upward, and if a is negative, then graph is what? Parabola mouth opening downwards, right? So basically we are going to learn about these two things. We are going to use these things by covering the concept of location of roots, and next concept is symmetric expression. Okay, so we are going to cover these two expression in this class. If you see, this graph is what? A parabola. Okay. Okay, now what is the meaning of location of roots? The roots, see, the roots of the equation ax square plus bx plus c to lies in a given interval. For this we impose the condition on a, b and c. Okay, so what we do, if there is a graph, if there is a quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0, and we have roots of this equation lies in a given interval. For example, if we draw the graph of fx as ax square plus bx plus c, so there are two options, if a is positive and if a is negative, right? And it is given that the roots are lies in between a given interval. Let me take the interval is between x1 to y1. The interval is given as x1 to y1. X1, from x1 to y1 we can take that. Okay, so the two possibilities are, see, if this is the graph, when a is positive, then graph we got is this graph, right? So if the roots, this point is alpha and this point is beta, alpha beta are the roots. Okay, and if these roots are lie between what? This point x1 and x2. Okay, and if the graph is like this, when a is less than 0, now the point is alpha and beta. Okay, now we can take this point as x1 and this point as x2. So there are some conditions. So how we can write these conditions? Let's see. If I find the value of fx at point x1, it gives a positive answer, right? If you see, this is y-axis and this is x-axis, so the value of f of x1 is positive, right? Same for x2. If you find the value of function at x2, the value of that function is positive. So first thing we can write, f of x1 is positive. Second thing we can write, f of x2 is positive, right? And d must be positive, right? D must be positive. Third condition is what for d? Because here two roots are there. So if we are talking about two roots, then d must be what? Positive. And the x coordinate of this vertex, which is minus b by 2a, minus b by 2a is greater than x1 and is less than x2. If you see in this graph, the value minus b upon 2a is greater than x1 and is less than x2, right? So fourth condition we can say that minus b upon 2a is greater than x1 and is less than x2, right? So basically these four conditions we have for case 1. This is case 1. We can take this case as case 1. Okay, and see, if two numbers are positive, then their product is also positive. So after, if we learn these two condition for a these two cases for a greater than 0 and for a less than 0, then we are going to summarize these two different cases in a single case. How we can do that? Listen carefully first. So for this case, first f of x1. Now see, the value of f of x1 is negative now. Okay, because the point at which x1 is there for the graph, it lies below x-axis. So the value of that f of x1 is negative. And second, the value of f of x2 is also negative. Okay. Third condition is d is positive. Fourth condition is what? Again, minus b by 2. The x coordinate of this vertex is always lies in between x1 to x2. So we can say that minus b upon 2a is less than x2 and is greater than x1, right? Okay, so what we do here, we just write down the conditions for a greater than 0 and for a less than 0 separately. If I want to write down combinedly, so see the conditions are what? See, first of all, tell me in these two cases, this condition and this condition is same, right? If you see for this condition, for this condition, these two conditions are same, either it is a positive or a negative, right? Now, the main thing is what? The difference between the condition is in f of x1 is positive, f of x1 is positive for first case, f of x1 is negative, and f of x2 is negative for second case. Now tell me, if two quantities are positive, simple thing, you have to tell me, if two quantities are positive, then their product must be positive. If I multiply two positive quantity, for example, if we multiply 2 and 4, then what we get? 8 as an answer. So 8 is a positive number, right? And if we multiply two negative quantities, then product their positive again, right? For example, if you multiply minus 2 and minus 4, so minus 2 into minus 4 is positive again, isn't it? So we can say that in both the cases, either f of 1 is positive, f of 2 is positive, or f of x1 is a negative or f of x2 is negative, but their product is positive in both the cases. So if we want to generalize these two cases, then we can write first case is what? F of x1 multiply f of x2 should be positive. Second is what? D is positive. And third is what? Minus b upon 2a should be greater than x1 and should be less than x2. Okay, so these conditions are for when the roots of a quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c lies in a given interval. In this we can take interval as x1 x2. Interval can be anything, either from 2 to 3, -1 to -2, anything. For this, we superimpose the condition on A, B, and C. Okay, for let fx is equals to this. Okay, now let me show you a video. So give me a minute. I have to share my screen. Okay. Okay, so new share, right? Okay. Now you can see this screen, right? In this screen, we are going to learn about what? How we prove this condition. Okay, so concentrate on this video. See, basically, this is what a new type of location of roots. Okay. So what we learn, see, we learn what? We learn about a type in which both the roots are lies in a given interval, and the type you see in the video is what? Both the roots are greater than a specific number k. Okay. So this that is type 1 and that is type 2. Okay. So for now we are going to learn only this type. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Okay, now see, there is a question we have to do. Okay, now see, for x square plus x plus a is equals to 0, then find the value of a for which both the roots of the find the value of a for which both the roots is greater than a. Now this question is from which type, which you shown in the video. Okay, so now we are going to do this. So the polynomial we have is fx is equals to x square plus x plus a, right? So if you see the coefficient of x square is positive, so the graph will cuts x axis, right? The graph will cuts x axis. So both are greater than a number a, both the greater than a number a. So basically what you have to do, see what you have to do. Okay, so basically in this question we have two conditions. Okay, either see this axis we can take, this is x axis, and this axis we can take as y axis. Okay, so either the graph of this quadratic polynomial, see we can compare this quadratic polynomial with the general polynomial, which is a dash x square plus b dash x plus c. Okay, we can compare this quadratic equation with this. So the graph is like, if d, this is the condition when only one root is there, it means d is greater than d is equals to 0. And the second condition is what? D is greater than 0. When d is greater than 0, then the graph cut exactly 2 points at exactly 2 points. Okay, so this point you can take as a and this point you can take as a. So for both the graph, first thing is what? D must be positive or greater than equals to 0. Okay, this is first condition. So what is the D for this equation? B square, which is 1 square minus 4 into 1 into A, should be greater than equals to 0. So you will get 1 minus 4A should be greater than equals to 0. So 4A should be less than equals to 1. So a should be less than equals to 1 by 4. You will get this. Okay, the condition for a, you will get this. Okay, second is what? F of a must be positive, right? F of a is what? Positive. Okay, so f of a is positive, is greater than 0. So what is f of a? A square plus a becomes 2a, should be greater than 0. So a you can take common, a plus 2 is greater than 0. So with the help of this inequality, if you are going to solve this inequality, what you will get? A should be less than 0 or less than minus 2, or a is greater than 0. Okay, what we get? This get. Okay, I can erase this case. Okay, so we can take two cases. Okay, now see what we have to do. This is second condition. So from second condition, what we get? A is less than minus 2, or a is greater than 0. Okay, we got this one and this one. Okay, now third case, the vertex x coordinate is what? Greater than a. See, if I draw this diagram, this point is a, the x coordinate of this vertex must be greater than what? A, right? So minus b upon 2a dash, okay, is greater than a. The value of a dash is what? 1, and the value of b is also 1. So minus 1 upon 2 is greater than a. So we got what? A is less than minus 1 upon 2, isn't it? So in first case, what we get? A should be less than equals to 1 upon 4. In second case, what we get? A should be less than minus 2, or a should be greater than 0. And in third case, what we get? A should be less than minus 1 by 2. So the final value of a is what? We have to satisfy all the condition. First condition as well as second and as well as third. We have to satisfy all these conditions. So what we have to do? We have to take the intersection of these three cases. So let me show you how we take intersection. Okay. First of all, we have to draw these all cases on a number line. First is what? 1 by 4 है ना, 1 by 4 से छोटा है ना, होल सॉलिड इसलिए आएगा बिकॉज वी हैव टू इंक्लूड 1 by 4. So this is the answer of first part. Now for second part, what is the answer? From minus 2 it will be minus 2 or 0. This is 0. Okay, so it either greater than 0 or less than minus 2. And the third part is what? If I'm talking about third part is less than minus 1 by 2. So there is minus 1 by 2. Okay, this is minus 1 by 2. So for minus 1 by 2, it is like this. Now if you see, intersection means what? We have to take the part which is common in all the three conditions. So if you see here, this part, this area up to minus 2 is also come in black part, is also come in blue part, and also come in red part. So our answer is what? X belongs to minus infinity to minus 2. This is our final answer. So we can write x belongs to, this is sign of belongs to, is from minus infinity. I want to erase it. X belongs to, let me write down again. It is x belongs to minus infinity to minus 2. Okay, so this is our answer, or this can be written as x should be less than minus 2. Are you getting my point? Okay, so this question is from the type which you seen in the video, and there is another type which I told you, this type. In this type, the roots of the quadratic equation this lies in a given interval which is from x1 to x2. For this, what we have to do? We have to write down these conditions. Okay, are you getting my point? Okay, very nice. So if you see, this is the solution for this equation, this question, we got the same answer. Okay, you can do this. Okay, now what is the meaning of symmetric expressions? Okay, now let's see the symmetric expression of the roots alpha beta of an equation, those expression in which alpha and beta which do not change by interchanging a and b. See, if we interchange a with b, okay, the value of alpha and beta are not getting changed. So that type of expression is known as what? symmetric expression. For example, if I write down 2x square plus 2x plus 3, see this is A and this is B. If I interchange them, then what we get, we got the same. So these types of expression are known as symmetric expression. To find the value of such expression, we generally express them in the terms of alpha plus beta, where alpha is greater than beta. For example, if I want to find the value of alpha square plus beta square, as I told you in previous lecture, what we have to do, we have to write down this as alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta. And if I want to find the value of this one, so alpha square plus beta square plus alpha beta it is, right? So alpha square plus beta square again can be written as like this. So it becomes alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta, right? Now plus alpha beta is there, so this quantity, second quantity, is can be written as alpha plus beta whole square minus alpha beta, isn't it? Now third quantity is what, 1 upon alpha plus 1 upon beta. If we know the value of alpha beta, alpha plus beta and alpha beta, then we can find the value of this one and this one as well as this one. How? For this one, we can take LCM as alpha beta, right? Now beta is going to be multiplied with 1, it will give beta. Alpha is going to be multiplied with that one, it will give alpha. So it becomes alpha plus beta upon alpha beta, right? Now there are some formulas we can use. There are some formula we can use in this one. Okay, now let's see what is this formula. Okay, first is alpha square plus beta square can be written as alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta, which I wrote here. Okay, second is alpha minus beta whole square can be written as alpha plus beta ka whole square, okay, minus 4 alpha beta, okay, which I told you in previous lecture. Similarly, alpha square minus beta square can be written as, see, this is what, a plus b, a square minus b square. This can be written as what, a plus b into a minus b. So it becomes like alpha plus beta into alpha minus beta. We know the value of alpha minus alpha plus beta, and for alpha minus beta, what I do, let's see what I do. Uh, what I do, I just take, see, from this one we can find the value of alpha minus beta, and how it comes, it will take under root. So the value comes here for alpha minus beta is what, under the root of alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta. Same for alpha cube plus beta cube. For alpha cube plus beta cube, we can use the concept of a cube plus b cube. What is a cube plus b cube? A plus b whole cube minus 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta. And same for alpha cube minus beta cube is this. Same, alpha power 4 plus beta power 4 we can do that, and for alpha power 7 and beta power, alpha power 4 minus beta power 4 we can do that. Okay, okay, now there are some, there is a question we have to do this. Okay, now listen how we do this. Okay, in, if alpha beta are the zeros of the polynomial x ax square plus bx plus c, are alpha beta are the zeros of this polynomial, and question is asking for alpha minus beta or alpha square minus beta square. So listen carefully. If alpha beta are the zeros of this polynomial, so we can say that alpha plus beta is what, minus b by a, alpha beta is what, c by a. So for alpha minus beta, we knows the formula. In previous slide, we learned about alpha minus beta is what, alpha minus beta is what, under the root of alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta. So this can be written as under the root of alpha minus beta, alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta. So the value of alpha minus beta I will get, it is like b square upon a square minus 4c by a. So if you solve this further, you can take a square as LCM. It becomes b square minus 4ac. Okay. So now a square comes out under root, है ना, अंडर रूट में से बाहर आ जाएगा वो. So it becomes under the root of b square minus 4ac upon a. So this is our required answer for first part. Now for second part, it is asking for what? Alpha square minus beta square. So this can be written as a square minus b square, which is a plus b into a minus b. See, we know the value of alpha plus beta, which is minus b by a. So minus b by a into alpha minus beta is what? Where is alpha minus beta? This value is a alpha minus beta. So we can use it directly. Okay. So under the root of b square minus 4ac upon a. Are you getting my point? So it will be minus b upon a square under the root of b square minus 4ac is the required answer. Got it? Now if you see, we will get the same answer. We will got the same answer, right? If you see here, this is what alpha minus beta whole square and we written as this. So alpha minus beta, we got this. This is not a b, this is alpha minus beta. Okay, we can change this. This is not a b. This is what? This is, see, this is what? Alpha and this is what? Beta. Okay, are you getting my point? And we got the same answer for this one. Now here it is given that alpha square plus beta square, but in question it is asking for alpha square minus beta square. So this is not the answer for alpha square minus beta square. Okay, it is a mistake in PPT. Okay, so basically the answer for alpha square minus beta square is this only. Okay, so don't be confused. I sir, why answer is given like that? Okay, in this part. Okay, because this answer is for what? Alpha square plus beta square, but question is asking for what? Alpha square minus beta square. Okay, okay, now there is a practice question, we have to do it now. Okay, listen. If a quadratic equation x square plus 7x plus 10 is equals to 0, alpha beta are the roots, then find the value of alpha minus beta. So for first part, x square plus 7x plus 10 is equals to 0. So we can say that alpha plus beta is minus 7, alpha beta is 10, isn't it? Okay, देखो, first method is simple. See, this is a quadratic equation whose roots can be find, because with the help of middle term splitting we can find the roots, because what we need two numbers whose product is 10 and sum is 7. Okay, so numbers are 5 and 2, so you can easily factorize this and you can easily get the answer. You can get the roots as x alpha is equals to minus 5 and beta is minus 2. You can get this. Then for the value of alpha minus beta you can put the value of that one, and for alpha square plus beta square you can put the value of alpha beta, and same for alpha cube plus alpha cube minus beta cube, you can do the same. But the point is what? If this question is come in your board exams and it is written as without finding the actual root, you have to find the value of alpha minus beta, alpha square plus beta square, alpha cube minus beta cube, then how you can do that? Okay, so now for that method, if question it is given that ki you don't find the exact root, or the quadratic equation is given such that we cannot find the roots of that quadratic equation, so how we can do this? So listen carefully. Okay, so as we know that alpha minus beta whole square can be written as what? Alpha square, not alpha square, alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta, right? So alpha minus beta is what? Under the root of alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta. So alpha plus beta is what? 7. So it becomes 7 square minus 4 into 10. So it becomes root 49 minus 40, which is root 9, which is 3. So the value of alpha minus beta is what? 3. We got. Now next, second, alpha square plus beta square. Alpha square plus beta square can be written as alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta, isn't it? So this is what? Minus 7 square minus 2 into 10. So alpha square plus beta square is equals to 49 minus 20. So it is what? 29. You will get the answer as 29. Okay. Now for second question we are going to do. Okay. For third part we are going to do in this slide. Okay. Now see. Okay. Alpha cube minus beta cube. Now question is asking for what? Alpha cube minus beta cube. Okay. Okay. Now we are going to do that question in this part. Okay. See, alpha plus beta is what? Minus 7. Alpha beta, I think it is 10. So alpha cube minus beta cube. A cube minus B cube is what? A minus B alpha square plus beta square plus alpha beta. Okay. Now see, alpha minus beta we find in first part. Okay. It is 3. It is 3, right? If you see, it is what? 3. Okay. Alpha square plus beta square we find in second part. So 29 plus 10. Okay. So it gives what? 39 into 3. So if you solve, you will get 117. If you see, the value is same. Okay, got it. Now, if for same question, if question is asking for, listen, if question is asking for what? Alpha upon beta plus beta upon alpha. If question is asking for that, then what is the value? How we find the value and what is the value? See, alpha beta is the LCM. We can take alpha beta as the LCM. Now alpha is going to be multiplied with this alpha. So it becomes alpha square plus now beta is going to be multiplied this beta. It becomes beta square. So it gives what? Alpha square plus beta square upon alpha beta. The value of alpha square plus beta square in we already find in second part, which is 29, right? So for 29, this is 29 and alpha beta is what? 10. So the answer is what? 2.9. Okay. So you can do like this. Okay. Okay. So okay, so we can do that. Okay. Now there are some question I gave for your homework practice. Okay. So write down the questions. For same question, you have to find the value of alpha power 4 plus beta power 4. Alpha power 4 minus beta power 4. Alpha cube plus beta cube first. Second. Third. Fourth is 1 upon alpha plus 1 upon beta. Okay. Fifth is 1 upon alpha square plus 1 upon beta square. Sixth is beta upon alpha square plus alpha upon beta square. You have to solve for these questions. For same, alpha plus beta is minus 7 and alpha beta is 10. Okay. For alpha power 4 and beta power 4, the formula is written here. You can use this concept. And for alpha power 4 minus beta power 4, you can use this. Okay. If I want to highlight for this one, you can use this. And for that one, you can use this. Okay. Alpha power 4 plus beta power 4 is what? Alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta ka whole square minus 2 alpha beta whole square. You can use these formulas. Okay. Okay. So in this chapter, the chapter is completed now. In this lecture, what we learn about location of roots, and in that part we learn about two types. One I teach you and one I teach you through video. Okay. So this is type 1. You can take this as type 1 and that as type 2. This type 1 is what? The when the roots of the quadratic equation of that equation lies in between given in between a given interval. Okay. So these condition we have. Okay. Or you can take equals to also, because here it is not specify other both roots. Okay. Roots can be same also, so you can take t is greater than 0 equals to, you can take that. After that we learn about the type 2. Okay. Then we do a question related to type 2. This is the solution of that question. Now we learn about symmetric expression. Now we learn about how we find the values which is symmetric to alpha beta and alpha plus beta. Alpha beta and alpha beta plus beta. How we solve the question with the help of that concept. If we have the value of alpha plus beta or alpha beta, then how we solve that? Okay, we learn about that. Okay, so that question we done. The question again, there is a mistake. This is not for alpha square minus beta square. This is for what? Alpha square plus beta square. Okay, now after this we done a practice question. Okay, okay, this is the solution. I gave you some homework assignment, you have to do this. Okay, for same question you have to perform these questions. Okay, so now the chapter is completed, so you can do your exercise from NCERT, from other book you want to do, you can do that. So thank you so much, stay safe and enjoy. Thank you.